So it's important for me to tell my story, and hopefully it'll help somebody out there to maybe not end up where I am right now, in a hospital alone, trying to put back all the broken pieces of his life.
Someone asked me the other day how it all began. Did you just suddenly make up your mind you're going to kill yourself, Kirk, or was it a plan that evolved over time? I really had to think about that question for a moment. You see, decades of pain and abuse had passed through the corridors of my soul, leaving a hollow sound in the core of my very existence. My mind and body had been smashed against the rock so many times I couldn't even remember how it felt not to feel really numb. That day I was sitting at a traffic light when suddenly I noticed the dripping of water from a truck's air conditioning unit hitting the ground. I was suddenly lost in that drip. It was as if I had become the drip. The whole world had disappeared, and I had magically transformed myself into that slow, methodical drip of nothingness. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. The sound wasn't even like a drip at all anymore, but more like a bass drum banging against the wall of the inside of my brain. As I fell deeper into becoming the drip, suddenly I could hear the voice speaking to me loudly. I had heard this voice before in my life. There were many times when the voice spoke to me on my journey, and I would listen to its message. The voice would often tell me not to be afraid, take a chance, be bold, be brave, be fearless, it would proclaim in the footsteps of my youth. I used to embrace the voice. I always felt it was there to help me and guide me, but now the voice had become something hideous. It was dark and it was ominous. It was as if a demon had invaded my mind and taken over. This new black and soulless voice was in charge of my death march now. Every day it was telling me how worthless I was. The crackle of its hideous presence was becoming draining. Its vicious taunts tore through my soul with its dark words. Its message was ravishing me to my very core. In the twilight hours, it would scream at me and tell me how I had betrayed myself. The voice had become a relentless poltergeist, waterboarding me into submission hour after hour, night after night. Its relentless calls were now haunting me every second of my waking hours. Its ghostly presence had now even bewitched my loved ones. Every breath I took was another opportunity I was giving it to convince me that I had become an irritating drip. I had become nothing more than a constant annoyance. It was convincing me that I was a worthless husband, father, and friend. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. The sound got louder, and the voice became even more vicious. Kill yourself. It crackled with amusement as the drip became slower and much louder.
Stop being a drain on your wife and everyone around you.
The words cut through me like invisible knives. The blood felt like it was draining from my body. Its words had become like the maddening sound of the devil's auctioneer selling off my soul to the cheapest bidder. Sleep, sleep, that's what I needed. I needed some sleep. When was the last time I really had some sleep? I couldn't remember. Or I didn't want to remember. I don't know. I just don't know. Peace, that's all I wanted. I just wanted some goddamn peace and quiet. It's the last time that I really felt some peace.
You remember when?
The voice whispered. Oh. Yeah, I do remember when. I thought to myself long and hard and remembered the last time I felt true peace was when I had died. Yeah, I remember now how the blackness and nothingness had engulfed my soul after opening presents on Christmas.
That is where you need to return.
The voice screeched, its wicked message in my ear like nails on a chalkboard.
What are you waiting for? For another Christmas alone, loser? Do it now. Do it today.
How long had this ghoulish voice of Christmas past been telling me to kill myself? I couldn't remember. How long had I been looking at that drip? I just didn't know.
Hey, asshole! What's wrong with you? Hey, wake up! Move it! The light's green!
How long had I been sitting there at the traffic light in a daze as it danced from red to yellow to green? What was happening to me? I felt like I was in a dream world, a never-ending nightmare in which I was falling deeper and deeper down a rabbit hole. My life had become a series of disasters that had left me walking through the world like I was on the Green Mile. I was just a
Dead man! Dead man
with
walking.
nowhere else left to go and no one else left to love. Suddenly, the words of John Coffey came
I
to me.
want it to be over and done with. I'm tired, boss. Tired of being on the road, lonely as a sparrow in the rain. I'm tired of never having me a buddy to be with, to tell me where we's going to, coming from, or why. Mostly I'm tired of people being ugly to each other. I'm tired of all the pain I feel and hear in the world every day. There's too much of it. It's like pieces of glass in my head all the time. Can you understand?
So the answer to your question, my friend, is this. I don't know how it all began, but I do remember how it all began to unravel on November 19th, 2015, as I sat under a big tree with a gut full of pills, waiting to die. I was tired, so very, very tired, and I just wanted to sleep forever, so the pain would just go away.
My name is Kirk Nolan. I'm a comedian. I tried to kill myself.